Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It is time to start another CineFix Movie Wars. This time, Alien
Wars.
Alien Wars. In this, one of our opening round matchups, we have Michael Cruz with the Xenomorphs from Aliens. We have Christina Newhall with Mr. Spock going head-to-head in what I think is maybe the most f***ed up of the opening round matchups.
This is real weird.
Same deal as last time. What we're going to do is 2-minute opening rounds. Each of you get to make an opening argument. Then you'll get 1 minute worth of rebuttal each to rebut. Then we're going to have some final thoughts, and we'll be a little loose with those.
I wore the sweatshirt as promised.
Yes.
But last time I overheated a bit, so I came prepared.
Oh, see?
With more Spock.
With
double
more
the
Spock. Take that, Cruz.
Where's your Xenomorph swag, dude?
I mean, I have one growing inside me. Right
Oh, okay.
At any moment, I'm gonna chest burster.
I was recently face hugged.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll chest burster my way through this today.
All right. So, as per usual, I flipped a coin before anybody got in the room, including the cameraman. Christina, you will be going second.
What?
You ready?
I'm always first, guys.
Are you? Ready?
Fine.
2 minutes for your opening argument. Start right now.
So the alien from Aliens, or sometimes called the Xenomorph, right, is a species with no higher goal than the propagation of its species and the destruction of life that poses a threat to it. So there's no reasoning with this thing. As an alien MVP, as it is the alien MVP because it will eventually take over the entire universe. That's its only goal. It's amazing. Like wasps, if you encounter an alien, you're probably encountering a cast of warriors. And it is designed biologically and possibly even artificially, depending on how you read Prometheus, to be a complete and utter weapon, right? It can use anything as a host. Anything, a dog, a baby, a cat, an alien, a Vulcan, a human, anything. They don't radiate heat, so that you can't find them doing thermal imaging. They are silent when they move. They have a segmented blade with blade-tipped tails that they can use either as blunt weapons or as sharp knife, sword-like things. The tail alone is strong enough to lift a predator up, right? They have extreme physical strength. They're able to break through steel doors. They can run along ceilings and walls. They can survive for time periods in the vacuum of space. They have an inner jaw that's powerful enough to smash through bone and metal. They secrete and spit acid. So if when hit, and it's pressurized, so when hit with like weapons, it bursts at you and melts your face off. They can produce resin to cocoon you. They have a protective exoskeleton. They're masters of stealth. They can hide from you. And they see through electroreception like sharks, so you can't hide from them. They survive extreme injury, including an Alien versus Predator shots to the head. And when reproducing, they have horizontal gene structure, which means they adapt from their host to be able to adapt to any living environment, possibly including intelligence, so they can steal the Vulcans' brains.
So I'm only choosing to take Masters of Stealth from that argument. So you're saying they're the David Blaine of Aliens?
Yes.
Okay. Christina, Mr. Spock. Opening arguments, you got 2 minutes starting right now. Go.
Mr. Spock is, in a word, fascinating. He is, as we established in the setting of these brackets, the child of two worlds, half human, half Vulcan. The dichotomy makes him at once more alien and more human than a more full-blooded alternative. It's the pull of his humanity, as yet unrecognized in several circumstances, that leads him to choose Starfleet over the Vulcan Science Academy, to abandon the Kolinahr ritual to purge all emotions when he knows his destiny is still in the stars with his captain, to face court-martial and death to bring his former commander, Captain Pike, to Talos 4. He's a study in contradictions, intelligent, capable of calculating odds of survival in his head to 2 decimal places without even blinking. But he's completely clueless when it comes to normal conversation. He's rational without being cold. He's humorless but still funny. While my esteemed opponent is notable for playing foil to, say, humanity's baser survival instincts, Mr. Spock is notable for illuminating the nobler, more complex areas of our nature. Do we risk our ship in the Federation to save several dozen colonists? Do we sacrifice ourselves to save our ship? Mr. Spock has an answer for both of these. And while we may not always agree with his answers on an emotional level, they give us perspective on our own humanity. Okay, enough philosophicalizing. Aside from his deep complexity, Mr. Spock basically has superpowers. He's got skills and abilities that are downright awesome. He can speak with whales. He came back from the dead. He has endurance and strength beyond that of any human. And while he struggles with his primal emotions sometimes, don't we all? Don't we all? Aren't we all torn between the two sides of our nature? That is why I picked Spock for the most valuable alien for this tournament, for us all.
A very Spock-like opening argument from Christina. Moving right into the rebuttals. Mr. Cruz, what do you and your xenomorphs have to say over the next minute, starting now?
Well, I would say that while Spock is trapped between two worlds, the alien has adapted to all worlds with his ability to take on the genetics of anything that it chest bursts out of. It's really the child of all humans, Vulcans, predators, everything. It will really unify the universe through one genetic superpowered code. And that makes him really universal, right? In terms of intelligence, while yes, the alien has primitive intelligence, all of them are capable of rudimentary intelligent thought. You know, they're capable of learning how to use elevators and turn off electricity. In the LV-406 colony, they turn the power off to gain access. They also communicate rather well and can control people telepathically like they do Gorin.
Okay, the xenomorph is incredibly powerful, but it's simple in every way that Spock is complex. There are no two sides to its nature. And while it can possibly unite the universe in a single gene pool of flesh-eating madness, I'm not sure that's an end goal we really want to get behind. They're menacing, but they're basically a one-trick pony. We never really see them change their whole strategy of kill, maim, destroy. Sure, they can learn to operate light switches, but I'm pretty sure Spock mastered that one when he was like 2.5. And they're always defeated. They're powerful, but they often get defeated by like a single human or a small group of them. And I'm pretty sure Spock can do anything that Ripley can do. You say that they're basically engineered to be the ultimate killing machine, or perhaps evolved to be the ultimate killing machine. Internet debates abound. But they're just, if they're engineered, they're a failure on the part of their creator.
Okay, so, child of two worlds, I say bullshit, child of all worlds, you say bullshit, because, man, that's scary. Pretty much where we're at so far, right?
Scary and stupid.
All
No,
right.
scary is good, and I'll see you stupid.
Well, let's go with our final thoughts. Cruz, you get the opening salvo.
Okay. This is what I would say in terms of their stupidity. First of all, in Alien Resurrection, Ripley was able to prove that she was able to pass, that they pass on genetic memory, and that she had passed on to them the ability to interpret and recognize and possibly communicate in multiple languages. So when faced with colonializing Vulcan, they may even, in fact, be able to adapt and grow and evolve in terms of their intelligence, creating an alien smarter or as smart as Spock. In terms of the individual nature of aliens versus Spock, yes. When confronted with one or various xenomorphs, maybe even a xenomorph queen in a given situation, Spock and his fellow merry men may be able to defeat one or a group of them on one or a few occasions. But as a whole, Spock is ultimately an individual. He's one alien, and while capable of living possibly hundreds of years, he's still just one guy who's gonna die, and he spends all of his time dealing with his own emotional arc. The aliens don't have this complexity of an emotional arc. Instead of wasting time dealing with their feelings or lack thereof, they are a species that, while defeated occasionally, is ongoing, resilient, and superpowered.
Christina, are you going to let him talk about Mr. Spock like that?
No.
There you go. Let's hear it.
First of all, I disagree with your premise that the xenomorphs would successfully colonize Vulcan, because I'm pretty sure the Vulcans, being the intelligent species that they are, would see the xenomorphs coming with their advanced sensors and figure out a way to shut that down. Also, Spock is not perpetually obsessed with his own emotions. He has an emotional arc which makes him fascinating, but not emotionally useless. It's what makes him timeless, but still effective. as far as the Xenomorphs being a species and Spock being an individual, that is in fact an apples to Vulcans sort of comparison. Vulcans are also a species. They have figured out a way to survive the destruction of their planet in the rebooted universe, and they will continue to figure out a way to overcome any obstacles from here on out.
Not very many of them survived the destruction of Vulcan, let's be honest. Only a select few. So who knows if they will generationally last very long. But also the Vulcans are dicks, right? And while the aliens...
And the aliens.
Wait. The aliens are not dicks, because to be a dick is a choice. The aliens don't have a choice. They're instinctual, they're animalistic, and they're amazing. They're a beautiful, although scary, part of nature, like a hurricane. The Vulcans have intelligent enough thought to make an active choice to continually be dicks.
You say dicks, I say cultural relativism. Vulcans and humans fundamentally don't understand each other. We're probably psychotic children to Vulcans. In fact, I feel like they've maybe said that to us, and thus we think they're dicks. But that's why Spock is so amazing. He manages to marry the dick and psychotic 4-year-old sides of his nature into a complete whole.
I say leave these messy emotions beside. Leave all of this dealing with like politics and humanity away. The purest of aliens is the most natural. Nature itself is what the alien xenomorph is.
Okay, well, if you want to pick a horror movie villain over one of the most complex and seminal characters of science fiction history, I have but one thing to say to you. Live long and prosper.
I was wondering when you were going to break that out.
And the aliens will.
Down in the comments below, there will be a comment that says, like this if the Xenomorphs win, and another comment that says, like this if Mr. Spock wins. Please go down there and vote right now. Let us know who you think needs to move on to the second round. Also, make sure to go check out our other opening round matchup that's happening right now.
I told you to live long and prosper!
Come on!
I can't.
No, we gotta go.